Hello and welcome to the Spiritual Solopreneur podcast. Today, my guest is Natalie Wong. Natalie is an image and mindset consultant based in Vancouver. She offers a unique combination of image consulting and hypnotherapy, allowing her clients to achieve long-lasting transformation, both in physical appearance and inner belief systems. She is an NLP practitioner and trained with Marissa Peer as a certified RTT hypnotherapist. Welcome, Natalie.
Well, thank you for having me, Bev. It's a
It's
pleasure.
great to have you. I guess I'd like to start with um, image consulting, hypnotherapy. On the surface, you might look at those and see two disparate things, but how do they work together for you in your practice?
Well, I will share a little bit of my story and maybe you'll understand why I bridged those two together. After a long career in teaching, I decided to pursue image consulting. And image consulting is one of those things that's often misunderstood because a lot of people think it's just the way that you look, your clothes. But it's way more than that. It's how you present yourself,
Yeah.
how you communicate, what your body language says, everything that people see from the outside. And after a little while of working in that field, I realized that really how you feel inside really shows up on the outside. And I was thinking, how can I change the way people feel on the inside? And I have had followed Marissa Peer for a long time, and I thought, what she offers is really internal transformation. So why not take the training with Marissa and be qualified as an RTT hypnotherapist? And that way I can really, really help people transform from both angles, from the inside and from the outside. So that's how I was able to bridge the two together. Look good on the outside, feel good on the inside.
Awesome. Is there a certification for the image consulting part of it? Or,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah, I did my training with Karen Brunger, who was one of the leading image consultant in the industry just in the 70s and 80s. So I took my training with her, went to Toronto, and she trained me personally. And so I can say I've actually been trained by two of the gurus of hypnotherapy and image consulting in the world.
Exactly. So, what's the difference between sort of regular hypnotherapy and Marissa's brand?
Yes, that's a great question. So traditional hypnotherapy is a lot about suggestions. So it puts you in a very relaxed state and then gives you suggestion about the things you want in your life. So if you want to, let's say, release weight, it gives you suggestions about, eating healthy, exercising,
Mm.
and so on. RTT, rapid transformational therapy, goes deeper than that. It goes to the root cause of why, in the case of trying to release weight, why are you overeating? What is triggering? And what we do is we go back in the past and look at events that have created this pattern in your life. Because we're able to go back and look at those events, we're able to change the way you interpret those events. And that is the main difference between rapid transformational therapy and traditional hypnotherapy. And rapid transformational therapy I have tools to change the way you see it. And at the end of the session, we do suggestion just like regular traditional hypnotherapy, and those suggestions are recorded, and my clients listen to those suggestions, all the good things, all the things they want for 21 days, and that really cements the change that they want to have in their life.
So it's two-pronged. So that you've kind of gotten rid of the or identified where it started. I don't know if it's expunged or not, but at least identified if maybe there's been a trauma or some experience, I guess, has kind of started the pattern.
Exactly. So I don't know if I would expunge could be a word. It's more seeing it with different eyes, you know. Like the experience of, Santa Claus, for an example. You see it with different eyes when you're 6 years old or 3 years old, or when you are 25 years old and you're the
What are you
mom.
talking about? Just kidding.
Yeah, yeah, it's different, like
Hmm. What do you
when
mean?
it,
Yeah.
well, what I mean is everyone loves Christmas, but when you're a mom, you're often responsible for everyone's Christmas. So you see it with different eyes because for you, it's a little bit more work behind the scene to make it magical for everyone else. So and when you want to change things in life, rapid transformational therapy allows you to see it from different angles. And it's not the perspective of the 6 year old, it's the perspective of the person, whatever age you are, that we use. And when you see it with different eyes, you understand and you're able to change the way you think.
It's a different perspective.
Yes, exactly.
That word's been coming up a lot lately for some reason. There's probably a reason for that.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious, is it a putting under, with the RTT as well, sort of putting you into a different state, a slightly different state?
Yes, just like traditional hypnotherapy, we slow down your brain waves, make you in a very bring you to a really relaxed state, a state where you can reach your alpha waves, and that's where you're very suggestible, that we can go back in time, that you're totally open to suggestions. That's a state that we want to reach.
I think you just mesmerized me with just the way you
I
were
went into my
saying that.
hypnotherapist
You went
mode. Relax.
into.
Yeah.
Do you ever find somebody that just won't do it, won't go into the state?
Sometimes people are worried that they will not go into that state. They will say, "Is it okay? Am I doing okay?" And it's just making them feel they're relaxed. People who normally come to see a hypnotherapist are willing and they want to do the work. If you're paying for the service, you want to get, the best service you can get. So they will generally follow the suggestions. If I were to do it to some family member who are very, very skeptical, maybe that will take them a longer time to reach that relaxed state. But people, my clients, they do well. All
Yeah.
of them. I've never had someone who's like refusing or not being able
Or
to.
not being able.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's rapid though, meaning like right away, or you still
Yes.
need that 21 days.
Well, when you think about making enormous changes in your life and coming to see me and having one session, and of course, listening to the recording for 21 days, it's very rapid because you don't have to keep going and coming to see me over and over again for months and months.
This
And
is not
there's
a 10-year situation.
Yeah, there's some therapies that, I won't mention any of them because people believe in what they want to believe, but there are some therapies that you can just do for years and years and before you actually feel a difference. So rapid transformational therapy, one session and you listen to the recording and you'll see profound change very, very quickly.
That's awesome. So I'm just imagining everyone in your group like all dressed up in their new outfits and everything from the image consulting now, ready for their hypnotherapy.
That's really beautiful what you said. But you know what? I'm so glad you bring this up because people always ask what comes first. And it depends on the person. Some people come to see me for hypnotherapy. Maybe they want to release some weight. Maybe they want to stop smoking. So that's the first step they do. And then they realize that, not only have they released weight, now they just want to look better and they want to act better and they want to achieve goals that they never thought could possible. So then we do the image consulting part. And other people come and see me for the image consulting. And just like you said, they look amazing when they say, oh, you know what? I have some trauma I want to release. So then we go to hypnotherapy part. So it really is a door that opens both ways.
That's awesome. Um, Yeah, so I would imagine most people kind of end up getting both because
Well, I think that is what makes me so unique because I combine the two. So it's a one-stop shop.
exactly, but they don't know necessarily. If they're coming for image consulting, they don't necessarily know that this other thing exists, and then they go, "Oh, wow,
There you go.
I can complete this picture."
This picture. Yes, and I do have a mentorship program where I do everything with my clients, do the color consultation that makes them, you know, have find their best colors for their skin tone. I do a style portfolio. I do coach them into, how to communicate with people so you can communicate with everyone easily. And often that's people say, "Oh, I can reach these people, but these type of people are harder." So I coach them on doing that. And I do the hypnotherapy for whatever they need, releasing trauma, releasing weight, getting rid of bad habits. So that's one of the programs I offer.
That's awesome. So it's kind of like, do you do kind of it's communicating as well, so kind of like speaking coach almost.
Speaking coach, but also there are ways people talk. When you pay attention to the way they talk, the words they choose, you can put yourself on the same wavelength
Mm.
and communicate exactly with words that they will understand and relate to. And that's the NLP part. So that,
Oh.
yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. How does that work? NLP is
Oh, NLP.
neuro-linguistic
There, it's
program.
so broad. I don't think
Oh,
I can explain it. I would like, but I can tell you what it stands for. Neuro-linguistic programming. How you use your words to communicate, how you use your words to change your life, because words have power.
mm,
And when you realize that, you can unlock a big part of yourself and create the life you want just by being aware of that. So if people
right.
are interested, I don't think I can do justice into explaining it the best way, but do a search on neurolinguistic programming and you will find out so much about the subject.
Interesting. So that's an extra thing that you
Yeah, that
can
I use. Another tool that I use
another
to
tool,
support my
exactly.
clients. Yes.
Exactly. Do, do you take them shopping and stuff like that too? All that.
Yeah. Yes, I do. So part of their transformation, we talked about the color consultation, we talked about the style portfolio, and often when I work one-on-one with clients, we look at their closets, we look at the clothes that they have, and find out which garment supports them or doesn't support them. And I put capsule wardrobes. Capsule wardrobes are like um, uniform is not a good word, but like which top works with which bottom. And so you have a catalog of things that you can wear. And often people realize or say, oh, I don't have, the blazer that would really work with this outfit, or I don't have the pair of shoes. So then we go shopping to complete the look. And I've had really, like, people have been saying, I just feel like a different person now, which, goes right to my heart
Mm,
because that's really what I want. That's really what I was put on earth to do, to really help and support people to come to the best versions of themselves.
exactly. That's awesome. Um, I was just going to ask you well, a couple things. One, do you do this remote at all, or does it have to be like a local in-person type stuff?
Mhm. That's a good question. So I do the hypnotherapy through Zoom. That works just as well as in person. It's mostly the sound of my voice. Um, I love to do the color consultation in person. It's a real treat to be sitting in this chair and have me try the different colors on you. And, not only do I give you your best colors, but I educate you in the process. So I do that in person, and I'm in Vancouver. Um, Yes, I could do the coaching online, but the color consultation, I do that in person.
Right. So do you travel or
I
just keep it
travel in the
local?
Lower Mainland.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, I was going to ask you if you had a couple of examples of results that clients have had that particularly resonate with you or that you particularly feel great about.
Yes, I think there's one lady, let's call her Mary. Mary came to see me because she felt really stuck at work, and she was very hesitant to apply to new positions because she didn't believe that she could do it. And she came for a hypnotherapy session with me, and she felt so much better that right the day after the session, she applied for positions and she got it. She got a job, like
Oh
the
my
job.
God, that is rapid.
Yes, she did. Well, and after that, of course, she got the new job, so she needed new clothes and all that. So I helped her find the best, create a new wardrobe with this new role. So I'm pretty proud of Mary because she came for a place that I wasn't confident, and then within 3 months she was a totally different person. She had changed her wardrobe, she had changed her attitude, she had changed her belief system, and yeah, and she was really happy. So that one is really close to my heart.
That's awesome. How do you get clients? How do they find you
How they
for the
find me.
most part?
I was at the Resilient Women in Business conference this last weekend, so people, saw me on stage, heard me speak, and they could come to my booth and sign up. So that is one thing I do in person, promoting my business. I have my website, www.imagereflection.ca. I'm on LinkedIn, Natalie Wong 100, and a little bit on Facebook and on Instagram, not so much, but that's how
That's,
they can find me.
that sounds like me. Little bit on Facebook, but not so much.
Yeah, well, it's hard to be everywhere
It
at the
is
same time.
impossible.
Yes, yes. But
Impossible.
on LinkedIn, if people are on LinkedIn, they can follow me because I do give a lot of tips. And my background is in teaching, so I teach a lot and give a lot of, try this, do that, look at this. And I like to include pictures so people can see, the before, the after, and the difference that just a little change in details can make in someone's appearance, for example.
Yeah, it's amazing what some little thing can do, like just change your hair or something.
Yes.
And it just makes you feel totally different.
Hmm. Yes, because clothes and appearance is not just for how people perceive you, it's also how you perceive yourself. And that works both ways. So that's
E-
why it's powerful.
Exactly. You have to be the person that could get that job.
Hmm.
You have to
Exactly.
feel like you are the person that could get that job, not just faking. This is not a fake it till you make it, right? This is actual transformation.
Exactly.
Yeah. Um, what advice would you have for a new entrepreneur getting into the world of, things like um, hypnotherapy or any kind of spiritual or energy type business?
So you're asking me if someone wanted to become a hypnotherapist or
Just someone opening a business in any sort of spiritual type of industry, like energy work or using RTT or using hypnotherapy or using NLP or using Reiki or, you know, any of those sorts of things.
okay, so one thing that has worked for me, starting your own business is a lot of work, and it's not a night and day, or one day you're successful, the next day you're not, or I mean the opposite. You have to always work at your business, believe that you can be successful, and never compare yourself to the way you were yesterday, but look back on how you were or where you were 6 months ago. And that's where you can really see your progress. Because I believe that everyone who is starting out in their own business has self-doubt, question marks. Is this the right decision for me? Why did I do this? Maybe I should just get a job. All those things are totally normal for everyone. I have them in my mind sometimes, but when I look back to where I was, like if you think about, I'll share this with you. You know, 2 years ago, I was not on social media. I was like avoiding social media. I didn't even want to put like a thumbs up on someone's stuff. Like I wanted to remain totally anonymous and invisible. And right now, I like my face is in a lot of things, and you just have to work at it a little bit every day and do something a little bit of your out of your comfort zone every day to get better. So
Yeah.
my advice for those new people coming into a new business is, work at it, do something on about it every day to improve your business, and don't compare yourself to other people or to the way you were yesterday, but the way you were 6 months ago or even a year ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that comparison thing is the most deadly part of it, especially trying to compare yourself to other people because you have no idea what what the situation is, how long they've been in business, what it's a completely different type of business, etc. But
Mhm.
I know it's tough to not to sometimes, especially with social media.
Yes.
I know you mentioned that you feel like your purpose was to provide these transformations for folks. Do you have any tips for people that you can do something we could do on a daily basis that'd be easy to kind of ease into transformation?
Okay, so one thing that is very important is as we age, often women they do the same thing without changing. So I've met a lot of people that have, they do their makeup the same way they did when they were 18 years old. So I would say, treat yourself, work with someone who knows their stuff in the makeup industry, and get the tips and find out about new products to really elevate the way you look. And it could be as easy as going to Sephora or finding another beautician or esthetician to help you. I think that is something you can do. It'll cost you not so much, and then you can totally look in the mirror, try the new way, and update your look. That would be one tip. Another tip I would say for more the mind is try hypnotherapy. Try something in the alternative way of thinking, because your mind has so much power on everything that you do, on your health condition, on your actions, on your habits. So hypnotherapy is one of those things that I would suggest try it. It can change your life. And there's many people out there who are offering amazing therapy. I haven't tried all of them. I've tried very few of them, but be open to that, because the traditional route of, go to the doctor, it's good, but there are other ways. So just be open and try other things. So those are my two tips
That,
to
that's
improve your way you look and improve the way you feel.
that's awesome. And I think I mean, I think a lot of people feel like, oh, something's not right. I'm not as happy as I would like to be, or I'm not in the place where I would like to be, but I don't know exactly why. I can't point to something that happened when I was a child or any of those things. But if you do a hypnotherapy session, you don't have to know, do you?
You don't have to know, because you're in a relaxed state and your subconscious minds as memory of everything. So you just relax and let me do all the work.
Hmm.
And then together we can work to a better you, a better self, a better image, a happier life.
That's beautiful. Well, Natalie, thank you so much for being here. And it's imageconsulting.ca. Is that correct? Sorry,
Imagereflection.ca.
image reflection. I'll get it right in the show notes.
www.imagereflection.ca.
Okay.
Yes.
And LinkedIn, Facebook, we'll get all that stuff down there so people can get hold of you and book sessions.
Thank you, Bev.
All right. Thanks so much for being here. Appreciate it. Very informative and inspiring. All right. I'll talk to you again soon, okay?
Okay, bye.
Bye.